is the time. Time for ice cream. Ice cream time! It's ice cream time with Lion's Mane. Ice cream time with Lion's Mane.
We'll shortly be merging with another motorway, so we'll have to watch the signs and keep in the correct lane. This is the advantage, Paul, of carefully checking your route before setting out, and knowing all the numbers and interchanges you'll need on your journey. Here's another bend and a sign telling us the maximum speed is 40, so check your speed and adjust if necessary. And that's an indication of a road merging from the right, so we've got to allow for traffic coming from that direction. Another mirror and shoulder check before merging with other traffic. Now a road is joining us from the left, and we have to allow for traffic coming from that direction.
That van is changing course, but we want to go straight ahead, don't we?
That's right. We must keep a safe distance from that truck though, so I'll keep our speed down. It's not always easy to keep your distance in heavy traffic, but that may be the very time you'll need a safe gap. If someone ahead of you brakes suddenly, we could all be in trouble if we're too close. You should always drive well within the stopping distance for your speed, and remember to increase this distance when it's wet and foggy.
He's cutting in a bit sharp, isn't he?
Yes, he's left it a bit late for his exit, and he's forced to cut in. We'll have to reduce speed to give us that safe gap again. Now we're on an uphill gradient, and this means the slow-moving traffic could even be slower. So we'll overtake it in the second lane. That truck looks as though he's going to try and overtake the one in front. Ah, there he goes. Mirror and shoulder check, and we'll move into the third lane to overtake him.
The solution's simple. When you feel tired, take a break. No one should drive on the motorway for more than an hour and a half. And sometimes even this is too long.
And I must say I'm ready for a break now.
Yes, so am I. And I haven't even been driving.
Well, did that run help you at all?
I'm just beginning to realise how much there is to motorway driving.
Heineken can do this because it refreshes it. Pop, 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 pop. Other beers cannot reach.
Well, the NEC is cancelled. It's over. November 2020 NEC is over. So we bring the NEC to you. We're at the NEC now, setting up. Bramble makes it in, no problem. We're in with the other Fords over here. We've got Fuzz to do the big unveil. Will we find him? Will he be here? Let's go check Fuzz Townshend out. Come on, boy. Hit me, Fuzz, and hit me good. I like this car here that was going to be there. It would have been a good show, so we all got here. And what do you find? A COVID cancellation. So we thought we'd make our own NEC car show at Cortina City. And here we are. I'm going to cut call action and action.
Now, many moons ago, months, maybe even a couple of years ago, I was privy to an ancient Cortina Mark III that looked like it had been dragged out of a hedge. Well, I think it actually had. It was in a terrible state, but I promised that I would unveil it at a major classic car show. Now, unfortunately, you know what's happened this year. That major classic car show didn't happen, but I'm still going to unveil it because right behind me, take a look at this. Oh yeah, are you ready for this? This is a stonking Cortina Mark III of the future. You ready? Come on then. Look at that. What an absolute beauty. Now, I grew up with Mk3 Cortinas. My dad bought one, a 1300L 4-door. Wouldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding. It was dreadful, but this is a GXL. This is a thing of beauty. And on the inside, it gets even better. Look at that. Bonging away there. There we are. I've got it off. Right, okay. Now, this has got loads of little trinkets in it. Okay, you've got the original style of radio in here, but actually it's connected up to a little card reader here. So there you can have your full sound system. There's a sub underneath the seat, so actually you can listen to glorious 70s music with modern sound. It's also got cruise control. It's got a 4-speed later version gearbox. So we're auto as well. What else has it got? It's just got so many trinkets, yet when you sit on the inside of here, you're back in the early 1970s. Look at this faux wood. Only Ford can do faux as well as that. Wonderful stuff. At last, I've got to be the kid sitting in the GXL. I'm not much of a kid anymore, but look, it's a good place to be. And happily, I think I'm going to take this away with me. See you later.
Show's over, everybody. No Cortinas here. Hey, out of there. Man on a bike going very fast. Wow, I'm nearly doing 30 mile an hour, this guy on the bike in front of me. We're back. Okay, so we went down to Oxford. We had a little look down at Tinton Abbey, and I told you, promised you on the motorway, we'd be going up to the lakes. But we did, but there wasn't much to film you haven't really seen before. So the next day, and then the next part of the road trip, see Cortina City, carrying on with your live chat and your road trip film. Reports of, confirmed reports, a Mk5 Cortina in Dave's yard. So anything Cortina based, we like to go downtown and check it out. You know this. So why don't I just take you on a sunny afternoon? We've got the afternoon off. Whoa, keep that selfie stick steady, boy. We've got the afternoon off, so why not spend a sunny afternoon in Dave's yard? So it's what's happening down at yard time. So do you want to come down to the yard? Let's go and have a little look. The Indian summer continues, everybody. It is very pleasant for September, mid-September. Now then, information on your Cortina then just coming through. 2.3 litres of power, that's the V6 2.3. Please tell me it's a V6, I think it is. Power steering on a Ghia, automatic on a Ghia. So that's going to be nice, automatic on a Ghia, it'll be really nice. Now look, what we hear, it's rotten, so they'll be doing the usual Dave treatment. He'll be getting destroyed, stripped for spurs and out into the wider community. A shame, but it always is. Once they get to the yard, What's the chances of them ever making it out? Well, some do, some have. This one I don't think so. But when the sun shines and you've got the afternoon off, I like to take a little trip up there. Hope you're enjoying the film so far. Plenty of footage for you. Window's down, by the way, so again, apologies for that. Window can go up in a sec. Just I was doing 30 mile an hour, I just had the window down. So sit back again. Second pass on the refreshments. Trolleys coming through. G&T's on special order today. Pastries, hot snacks and refreshments are available on the in-flight service second pass through. Remember, this is the last service before we land, so if you fancy a last little nibble, dig deep into your pockets. We do take contactless payment as well. For the meantime, enjoy your refreshments and snacks as our final approach into Blackburn. Shortly be joining the M65, so we'll update you en route. Hope you're enjoying Cortina City, the place that brings you the Ford Cortina. Okay, here we go again. Some of you are getting used to seeing this approach road onto the 65, because I always seem to start filming at this point, and it's plain sailing from then on as we do our usual approach to the yard, keeping our eyes peeled all the time. Incoming call on the Bluetooth, let's take it. So Bluetooth cuts in, Bluetooth illuminator goes on, here comes a call, hold on. Okay, a call was taken and everything is fine with the hands-free Bluetooth, making great progress. Let's cut right down to the action and get to see this Mk5 Cortina. Let's see how the rust has got to this one. But as I say, this is equivalent to a full-on August or July summer day. Really wouldn't think it's September at all. Actually, no way you would know it's September. Mid-September as well at that. Almost 2/3 of the way through. You just wouldn't know it. In fact, it's the 21st. What am I talking about? 3 weeks in. Wow. It's a heat wave. The electric fan is actually on. The semaphore's on. Raised temperatures. Okay, I'm going to pull over now just for a little stop. I'm going to get myself some water and a little sandwich at the service station. Just check the fuel situation. I could do with a little bit of fuel as well, and then we will keep pushing on. But yeah, great, beautiful day. 21st September 2020, PC, Cortina City, en route to a Mk5 Cortina in Dave's yard. Once again, we're in Great Harwood, coming up on our destination now. You've seen this so many times before, folks. You're going to see it again. Dave's yard then. Mk5 2.3 Ghia. Let's check it. We're here for the gear. Here for the gear. Here for the gear. Here for the gear. Well, we made it to Dave's. Give it a good bit more than that, mate. Them rubbers are, that's it. We made it to Dave's yard. And Dave, the last time you saw this, the last engagement you had with it was the dippers.
Yeah, I picked up the dippers on that truck there.
Dave likes to get a visitor of the day picture, which he posts. Where do these get posted? Some on the dark side. Now take us through this Mk5, Dave. Come on, spill the beans. Hit me with it, baby. Hit me good. Yeah, that's what's left of the Crayford. I'll tell you what I was thinking with the this, because it's got the heavier 2.3 engine. Oh, I like the colour. What do they call that? We're gonna have to have radio silence, so it'll YouTube me out. Hold on while we knock the radio down. We don't know what tune this is, but come round here, tell me what to play me radio. Filming round. Oh, whoa! Press any button, Dave. That's the one. We got it in the end. That'll probably pick up. Colour. I do like that colour. I think I had one in that colour. Sunroof, factory sunroof, that, isn't it?
Yes. Well, that's wrong.
So the 2.3 lump, folks, there it is. Plenty of low-end torque, but no one seemed to like these engines. Answers on a postcard why nobody liked them. I don't know why. I personally wouldn't mind trying one in a Cortina myself, simply because it's a nice standard fitting. So our first casualty. Ooh. Sorry, Tom, we'll put that on later. I don't mean to come round and start wrecking your day. It's very rude of me, I'm sorry, but it's just whatever song it is. it'll pick up on YouTube, then knock the channel out. Wow, that's a gaper, mate. That's terrible. Oh my god, have you got gloves? I didn't expect to have to bring... Is that... No, that's a Castrol GTX tin, isn't it? Cut up to use as a repair. Very inventive. Needs must and all. So that... Yeah. Whoa! Sorry Dave, I think I broke it. Oh! I just come round, this is like crunch therapy. Is that for us? Cheers, put that in the bin. It's like crunch therapy or one of them stress balls. You squeeze the stress ball. Crunch therapy this is, folks. Round we go. We'll get a proper view in a sec. But sure the boots, because they never really rock bad. What the hell? See straight through it. Ah, yeah, I see what you mean. On this side, because someone did ask me just check to see if they can save the shell and let me know back today. I'm struggling here, Dave. Actually, oh no. Well, it's beginning to break away. Look at that cheeky little cheeky little Rostow. A cheeky little Rostow. That's a skinny rim on the Rostow, isn't it? They're offset, aren't they? Backwards. What's that off? That's not the ones that I'm used to. You wouldn't get an embellisher on that. All the rim is set back from the front face, so that's an inward facing. The deep dish is inboard. If you look on Bramble, they're up to about there. I don't recognise that wheel. Anyway, set of nice gear alloys there.
And nice ones on the car.
That bit survived. I had this crazy idea about slowly accumulating body panels. You can see where I'm going, can't you? And eventually building a car. You know.
There's back end here.
Oh, what's been going on round here?
This back end off me years ago.
Right.
Put onto that.
Oh, this is an unfinished project then. This Mk5 that you
bought this to weld onto.
Right. Why not? I tell you what, that's tidy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa. Now I know who'll want the boot. Henry, he's after a boot from the Mk3 club because that'll fit in. That's a beautiful boot. That's a nice boot. Look at that. Okay, so a little bit there, but that's worth taking all the spot welds off and drilling out. Look, there's the original factory inlay foam. Changed from removable foam to fixed expanding foam there. Often cause the inner valance to rot, the inner lower quarter valance to rot. That is a nice back of a Mk5. Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
I said it's fun to put it onto that, but
yeah.
I did it 2 years and never did anything.
No. That boot floor's going to sell. That petrol cap's all right as well. Look,
yeah, that works, yeah.
That's nice. Look at that. Look at the action on that as well. Whoa, the action on that. Oh, it's soft close. That must be an optional extra.
Oh, I'll tell you what this has got.
Hit me with it, David. Hit me good. Hit me, David, and hit me good.
There is.
It's so exciting. Electric. No, they're just.
Yes, they are.
Wow, I've never
controls at that side there.
I've never seen that before on a Mk5. Was that? I just don't remember. I always remember the fixed rod control. It's perhaps as well that I have got here late just to see the floor pan condition because the carpets would have been in a nice T-shifter, of course.
It's a switch. Presumably that's the switch from left to right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And that's your control.
I've never seen that before.
I was surprised that this had these and not headlight washers.
Yeah, because they did have them on 2.3s.
Yeah.
I always thought anyway.
Another option.
Can we salvage the floor pan? That's looking good inboard. I don't know. It's not complete. They're needed.
Yeah,
a lot of people struggle to get them. Yeah, that's the inner though. I like the way they tried to colour match in the repairs. Very ambitious. Door about to come off that side. That door's actually not bolted on, so watch that back door, because if you open it now the door's going to fall off at the back. I've interrupted him, haven't I? Time's money, ain't it? DHL day. Yeah. Whoops. So the 2.3. Whoops. Electric. Sure enough. Yeah, didn't think they had those. Oh, nice, silly. Power steering there. Interesting device.
That's it, yeah.
Not terrible, folks, but interlocking floor mat. Good idea. Build yourself a new floor. More spare repair pieces for when you're ready to do phase 2 of the resto on this car. Sat outside, oh, some ugly repairs in there, but on the whole, I think the bulkhead, you could have, if it weren't for that bad bulkhead, maybe. Oh no, we could have lost the roof. Oh, Jay. I think this would have been a new roof, Dave. I think. Do you mind? Do you mind awfully?
Oh, that's rock there.
Oh, now then.
That's why the car was condemned.
Yeah, that's
It needs a roof.
Goodbye. We need a roof.
For the back end, repairs like there on the floor, and in there, and pretty much needs a body, doesn't it? That's what it needs.
Yeah. The roof's what did it. Final blow. Roof and the bulkhead is really the floors. No, you can do those.
Yeah.
The boot, mind you, the boot. Actually, it's adding up actually in some odd places.
Yeah.
Roof because of the sunroof. Boot's just gone anyway. They must have had a boot leak. Front end and front lower, they've survived all right, and the inner rail there, the inner cross member there's survived. Inner wings on this side starting to go. That inner wing's almost going to break away. I can see why you're breaking it. There's no way anybody could justify the time and money that it costs to get it back there unless it was particularly attached to someone's memories. 2.3 Ghia, looking bad. How's it coming out, Tom?
Screwdriver shot.
That sounds familiar. Surprised you've even got a screwdriver. Oops. What bit you trying to get? Oh, you got it now. Glove box. Short stubby Phillips, is it? They seem to have survived. How's the inners? On the way out, aren't they? That doesn't help all that, keeping all the
seen worse, haven't we?
Yeah.
What's it like around the fuse box area? So I'll just have a look at that fuse box area, see if that's... Ah, no, that's gone. So I've gone around the bulkhead loom as well. Completely through. That's why it's here. Here's an interesting feature, folks. You don't see it on Mark III's. These kidney-shaped infill pieces there on the inner quarter. Look at this back end of this Mark V. Just trying to get you some better light, just because of the harsh contrast, sunlight and shadow. The camera struggles with it, but that's a sort of little card inlay. So they wanted to block these holes up. Same on this side, look. So Mark III's, well, they're not that shape hole, those areas aren't addressed that way. That's interesting. Look how they black this out there, so the colour of the paint doesn't shine through the grills in the parcel shelf, although I don't even think that on a parcel shelf on a Mark V you would have those vent grills, because it's not aeroflow, curiously, unless that's part of the aeroflow and they do have this as a vent channel here. I'd have to look at a parcel shelf. That'd be interesting if they're trying to get air to draw down the inside of the back screen like they do on a Cortina for a demisting effect, in which case you'd want to sort of vacuum out some air here and get it through. Perhaps it goes through this. It's possible. It's part of the airflow system, you know, to get that air coming down your glass. Interesting, I'll have to check it out. These bungs here aren't on Mark III's. In the boot floor, I don't think it's really giving anything away. It could be a paint drain point, don't know. But that's a good boot floor, it really is. This is a donor boot floor for somebody. Somebody's drilling all the spot welds off that, and to be fair, for something to do, I'd actually like to get stuck in and strip that boot out. I just feel like getting a drill bit now and drilling all this off and extracting this down to component level, so that each panel, obviously the wings are chopped, but I'd love to do that. I know it sounds crazy, but I suppose you get withdrawal from the metal and you just want to get stuck in. I know I struggled, not struggled, but I certainly made it known that it was wearing me out doing them, the 180 spot welds on the chassis forks, but I just love drilling into there and then hearing that clack separation sound, that ping as the spot welds break away. It's just a very rewarding experience, and I suppose you get withdrawals from it. So yeah, let's go and have a look at the back of the Mark V and just see if they did indeed try and get the air to come down through the parcel shelf. A little bit of wind noise now for you as we head upstream. Here we are. No, it doesn't look like it is. There it is. And that technique does not happen. It's fixed. So just purely relied on the heated rear. Unless there is a very small... Oh no, PC might be onto something. Hang on a minute. Too quick to be harsh on myself. The slots are there. Okay, all along that was right. So this is probably, you know, not a lot of people would have covered this, but you have the same idea. You've got inner screen airflow. Now you might say, well, there's your airflow at the sides, because of course the extraction system they used to use was in this channel here at the back, and it didn't draw enough air out, so they swapped the air draw similar to the Mark II on these pillars at the side. Look, So this would then draw air out of the cabin, but at the same time I reckon they've routed it down the inside here and into a cavity on that back parcel shelf, creating an air draw down the inside of the glass. That's what I think, because it's similar on Mark III's, with the exception, as I said, that they draw the air out through the rain channel on the Mark III. Interesting. Factory slide roof, Tom. I bet you that's seized up.
No, it opens.
Look, no! Get me with it, baby! And there shall be light, Tom! He said there shall. I can't believe it! No! Do that, close it up! Well, I'll tell you what. I wonder if that's got a value. I wonder if you can actually get that out in one piece as a kit for somebody. Wow! If you'd have said to me, do you want to take bets on that, I'd definitely been betting against that opening. Wow.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have been fair. I'd already seen it open.
Yeah, no, I know, but
If it had been beforehand.
tell you what, they've checked. I always thought they had the chrome T-shifters on these, but they've gone for a matte finish on the. I don't like it as much. They've gone for a matte finish on the shifter. Changed it. Prefer the chrome shifters. Wow. But that stayed the same. Now you'll have some wires for your electric mirrors, a little bit of a loom job. You just want to get that. You don't want to get. I'll just get that connected for you.
Not too bad that door, is it?
No.
Got the best thing on cloud.
Yeah, it's nice though. Hey. Well, certainly on the Mark V, the airflow system is. I don't think we're going to get this screw. Yes, I am. Left-handed. Still did it. A Mikey special. So, taking this trim off, for what it's worth, it looks completely broken down. Sun faded the plastic, UV. We have one of those kidneys, curiously, on this car without the infill piece, and no access particularly to the airflow system this side. So that extraction of air is routed to, because this piece here is not vented in any way, it's simply all governed by this hole going underneath, and you can see that it does go underneath the parcel shelf, look, and routes its little way through there, then finds its way to those slots at the back. So that's how they're extracting on these. No actual extraction this side. You could argue that some makes it into the headlining area, but I would have thought that's minimal. All of it's coming down those vents, like I said, at the back. And indeed, you can extract the parcel shelf and confirm it. So, whilst they did have that over it, the kidney insert wasn't fitted here. Of course, the holes themselves are for collapsing body panels down. That's the way to get in there. Get, go on, my son. Go on, my son. Oh, what it'll be. Yeah. And there as well. I think you can get through that cruncher work. Yeah, there you go. Surprise, surprise. Watch the kneecaps though. I haven't quite earned the kneecapping just yet. Pete and Tom investigate the airflow system with curious minds and 10mm spanners and sockets. I've got Tom interested in it now. He's thinking I've lost the plot, but he knew that anyway. He knew that when I got here.
Another 10mm.
8.
Possibly.
Have you got an 8? Right. Give it a shot. somewhere in between, but it's usually 8s or 10s. That feels right. Does that feel right?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a start.
Let's just have a look how the... So your suction's there. So stripping the Mk5 now, full on stripped down of this car. Dave will be wanting YouTube royalties next. Pull towards you, that's it. Nice doing business with you. There's been plenty of opportunities to drive, David.
Eh?
There's been... No, that's still going. This one's right. That one, no, well, it's switched off, that one. I've got 2 cameras. The exhaust blowing. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do, Dave.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been started in days.
I should hope not. You're on lockdown here, strict lockdown. How heavy are they? The big type wheels are what? 18-inch. Oh.
Mr. Aldridge.
The back axle. No, but there's nothing left for me. No springs.
Apparently he's been after one for a while.
He has. I was going to let him know you had this 2.3 Ghia in. Doesn't he want the crash pad? Well, Jim, we know you're watching. Pete's tried to pinch your axle here, look. Then sell it on to you at a big profit. Yeah, Jimmy boy. There's your axle, Mr. Little Newt. These are Allen springs, so I can't get the springs. No springs. I wanted the springs for mine. So you're under the 2.3 now. Under a nicely exposed 2. I think he's a 375 axle, Jim. I shall check. Split prop or not. Can't tell if it's a split prop or not. I think it is, yeah. It will be. 344 axle, Dave, because it's the 2.3, of course.
I know.
Better.
He made us bloody crawl underneath there and check that out.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm 375 on Pinto. Although some early cars, I think, did have 344s, 345, whatever they want to call them.
344.
On early cars, but yeah, a desirable axle, that. Folks, we're going to leave Dave's now. Just give him a hand stripping down the Mk5, but we're pretty much done here. Time to move on, or to bring this live chat down to an end. So we left you. I suppose it's a sad day to see a Cortina go, whether it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, because this is Cortina City after all. We don't like seeing them go, but you can see what we're up against with this one. Sad as it is, this shell is finished. It's toast, it's parts, it's already getting posted out as we speak. Bits have been bagged. The little Newt gets a nice axle. The 2.3 engine could find life somewhere, you never know. Interesting project for somebody, that V6. Loads of bits here already being parcelled up and shipped out as we speak. It's actually getting, as I'm pulling stuff off the car, and Tom is, it's actually getting boxed up and away it goes. Classic Ford Spares, Dave Baglow's place. If you need any parts off this guy, it's Dave Baglow on Facebook. That's B-A-G-L-O-W. The deal is, he lets me film, I let people know he's out here. You find him on Facebook. For now, PT's going to leave you, get back out on the road. We've been and we've seen. It's time to go. So with that airflow cover removed, our curiosity can be satisfied. Air vents drain, because water can get straight into that, but it just falls down the back panel. This is 2 skins, water comes out there, but air is extracted just around this point in, extracted through, like we suspected, underneath the parcel shelf into an air channel at the back of the shelf. That's why these shelves are deeper. Blocked off by that, of course, and that is it. That draws the air out through the parcel shelf, and partially a little bit in the boot, I suppose, through that hole there. You get a bit of boot extraction as well, and that is it. That's how it works. Curiously, a boot lamp, yeah, I forgot they had them fitted there, boot lights. There you go. Hiya, puppy. Won't be the same without seeing the pop star, would it? Hmm? Oh, what a dog. What a dog. What a doggy. Hiya, puppy. Oh, you've been lazing in the sun, darling, eh? Yeah. Yeah. Come on, we've got to go. City's got to go. We'll catch you soon, Popster. You be good. Something about that. It's the closest you'd get, this yard, to what it would have been like 80s and 90s when I was running around the scraps. Yeah. Oil on the floor, stuff like that, you know. All the old stuff. What about the high ace? What's happening with that?
It's waiting for a customer.
The Fiesta?
Waiting for a customer.
What's the price on? What's the price on the Fiesta? Where's the door handle gone?
I think it fell off.
What's the price on the Fiesta?
£800.
Right. Logbook?
Maltese.
Oh, right.
I wouldn't. Not that it's worth fucking so much money anyway. And hours as well on time. Let's give Sam get these out as well.
They haven't even burned it when they've been welding.
I think it's like the Mark 2 Cortina with this. It is what you can't do over 70 mile an hour. Thanks fucking racket. I've done 95 in that.
What's this? It's got no active control. There's no power to it. It just comes in and back out again.
Is it brake bias?
It's a bit big, isn't it? It could be, but it's a bit of a strange way of doing it.
Where does that pipe go to?
Well, either the front or rear, but it just goes to the pair, front or rear. still make whatever it is. It's, you know, it's only going to be on the pair.
It's going to the back then. It's going backwards.
Yeah,
So
it
I'd
just
say-
stops too much brake force going to the back.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, back, bro.
So I
Brake
bought.
bias.
Yeah, bit big, isn't it?
Mm.
They must have improved something at some point. Just can't get away. I wonder who fitted the electric ignition system. It's not a Ford. Well, it's not of this era of car. It's of later, isn't it?
Yeah.
That wouldn't normally be fitted there, would it? No. It's a Motorcraft. 79B. No, it's Cortina 79BB.
I think you know. It is then, isn't it?
Mm.
So it's that's a genuine,
Electric ignition system.
genuine Ford Cortina electronic ignition.
Well, 79BB, that's this, isn't it?
Yeah.
They must have fitted it up there from factory. And they've done it with like an easy release system to service it. You just tear it out.
An easy release system.
Yeah, look at it. Think of everything. They've thought of everything. That's worth some money on its own, Dave. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. The classics just keep on coming. Just as we're pulling out of David's, we find a camper there. It's like a Devon type T2, is it? Non-split screen. Bay window Devon, maybe? You know your stuff better than me. The avenues and the alleyways await us. Blimmin' heck, what's it all about, eh? I mean, what's it all about? People just living out their lives. Wow. Wow. Okay, so this is a sunshine shot. Do you like that alliteration there? ST then, come on. Hey! Woo! Get it all, he's backfiring! I love them boys, it reminds me of being young. Not wrong with that. Good on the ST boys. Look at the dash, I told you, the sunshine, it loves the sun, this Ruby dash. That's why we did it. It loves the sunshine. We join the M65 now. Going back from Dave's. What's happening down at What was happening down at Yard? All about a 2.3 Ghia Mk5 Cortina with an aeroflow system. Ooh. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier on in the vid about how it's such an Indian summer, and it really is. Can't stress that enough. Could have done without breaking my screen, like, but there you go. Over the moors, Haslingden Moors. Always scenic routes in Bramble and Ruby, folks. Let's go and see the animals. Let's go and see how the animals. Let's go and see some animals. That's some animal relaxation. I think. Oh, look at that pub. Looks well old school, that one. Look at that. Nice. Yeah. Two by two to the zoo. Where's the zoo? Here's the zoo. I think. Yeah, somewhere up here is the zoo. Let's go to the zoo. Let's go to the zoo. Here we are. Oh, the zoo. This is the zoo. Pete's gone crazy. He's at the zoo. Billy Goat. Let's go see what we can do. Yep, we're cracked up with. Hey, don't eat my nettles. Have my nettle soup, lad. I don't think you're supposed to be on this side of the fence, Buster. Hey, this doesn't mean there's food. You're on the wrong side. I think we've got emus as well down here. No doubt I'll be getting pecked any second. Here comes the peck. I just passed this place, took a random turn. Well, Billy Goat's the boss, I reckon. He's definitely the boss. You've discovered the joy of nettles as well. Yes. Here comes another. He looks like he means business. I don't know. I think he might bite me. This is Pete C from Cortina City. This is goat baiting. Show's over, everybody. No Cortinas here. Hey, out of there. It's pay and display, folks. Used to keep chickens. I grew up on a farm. Brings back memories. Nothing better than free range. I believe battery farms should be banned. What's it all about, eh? I mean, what's it all about, Mr. Goat? The answers have got to be out there somewhere. Yeah, I just stopped then for a little bit of a contemplate. I noticed there's a lot of the road itself we're on. It's very busy. A lot of people just busying around. I noticed a lot of big sort of posh Range Rovers going past, 4x4s and sort of real big stuff, fast and furious and all scrunched up and all looking like they've got to get somewhere really quick, and they go past those chickens there and those goats and what we just gone past there, and just to them, well, you know, I can't speak on their behalf, can I? But let me just sort of just say, let's just get onto here first, hold on. Let me just say that they're going around their lives there like that, just flying past those chickens. You know, I reckon some people maybe just pull over, stop, just slow down and rethink exactly what you're doing. Probably at this stage of our lives, if you're in your 50s, approaching or early, then you might go through the midlife crisis. Maybe I do, maybe I have, maybe I am, and you think, what exactly am I doing? You know, this accelerator pedal, yeah, okay, for an adrenaline hit and all that, and I can understand going fast, and that's great, and I'd love to do a racing car driver. That's great, that I understand. But if you're not in the racing frame of mind, which you'd only be if you planned to be. So let's say a race is on, you're in a racing state of mind. But if you're just going to work, commuting or coming back, flying through in your big Range Rover thingy or your Audi or whatever you've got, just barging everyone out of the way, which is what seems to happen. Barge, push, impatient, you know, impatient, there's not much difference. Then you think, well, what's it all about? Like, what's actually going on? Where are you going? I've got to get here, I've got to get there, busy, got to do, got to validate. And you wonder exactly what it's all about. I just stopped then to look at those animals, and then I just got to thinking, just need to just slow down just a little bit. Sometimes life's just too quick, and you get drawn into it. You actually get drawn into it all. Boom. That's the problem. You get drawn in, you get sucked in. I mean, we're all right at the moment. Look, we're going over these hills on a 50 zone, okay, so that's great, and it's cameraed, so everyone behind me can't really push me out of the way. Now if it wasn't a 50, I guarantee you this big SUV, this piece of SUV behind will be shunting me, you know, till I snap my neck, because I gotta what's checking your iPhone every 5 minutes and ramming into the back of somebody. This pace, these notifications, these alerts, switch them all off. Turn it off and put it in your glove box till you get home. You don't need to look at the phone while you're driving. There's nothing in that phone that isn't outside here. There's nothing on that phone that can't wait till you get back. Are you a doctor on call? No. Well, put it in the glove box and leave it. Just leave your phone in the glove box when you're driving. You don't need it. There's no point. The liberation and freedom that you'll get when you can finally accept about turning off your phone and putting it in the glove box till you get out of your car, you won't believe it. You'll thank me for it. But no, then you'll hate me. Some people are so signed up and sold into this package of the mobile notifications that they're almost possessed. People like me would be seen as the enemy. I'm sorry that it's like that. I really am. I recently took the glove box out of Bramble just to borrow the ECU for the cruise control, because Ruby's developed a fault. Then when I've put I got a replacement ECU, I've put it back in and not clipped it into the anti-rattle foam jacket. Hence, I got a rattle. But it's an easy enough thing to just drop the glove box. So if you can hear that rattle, don't worry. And by Pete slamming on the trim, trying to fix the trim down, in case you've noticed, I bloody broke my screen. So I'm absolutely gutted about that. But these laminate glass screens, they just break. Those toughened ones, you can hammer nails in them. Hammer nails in with them. Anyway, before I got on to diverse across onto Bramble, this section of the film is the end of the film designed to talk you to sleep. I'm just about sick and tired of the audacious people that write into me and say, you could talk and graphite to sleep. You know? Luckily the sat-nav will warn us if we go over 50. I've got a speedo as well for that. So slow down the pace of life. Turn the notifications off on your phone unless they're absolutely essential. Be careful how you accumulate all these junk emails by signing up to things you don't really need. If you eat some nettles and some free-range eggs, you're going to be good to go. What I'm saying is, don't neglect nature. We're going to catch you soon. It's been a road trip. It's been a scrapyard trip. It's been a Bramble ramble. Plus, could there be news on the horizon about a next project? I'm going to leave that thought with you. Something exciting could be just around the corner. at Cortina City. Have we the room? No. Have we the desire? Yes. Let's just see. Enjoy your Friday, the rest of it. Catch you soon. Over and out. Pete C at Cortina City, as always, on a potpourri video. Mixed bag. Catch you soon. Good night. Okay, coming to the end of the speedo calibration video, and now at last we can join a higher speed road, namely the M6. Coming in now. No cops, so okay. For you YouTubers and those are politically correct. 50 any second now. Get me on the carriageway. Clear to join, and I'll read them out. Mrs. D will confirm or not. So I'm not looking at the digital. 50. That's a 50 check. I had to do 60. You might have to speak up as well as
Okay.
50, hang on, 58, 57, 58.
56 is showing there.
Okay, 1 mile an hour. 57. Going for 60. Might overshoot it here. I've overshot. Hold on. Trying to hold at 60 now.
60.
Trying to hold at 61.
Yeah, 61.
That's a 60 pass. Increase speed. Go for 70. That elusive 70 is what we all wanted now. So, sorry about the dust on the lens there. Going up for 68 to 69. All the French are 69, 70 now.
No, 67.
Uh-oh. 70 now.
69. Woo!
70 now.
69.
Got 1 mile an hour, folks. Maybe 2.
70.
70. I'll let it stabilise. 70.
70.
70.
70. 69.
70. Treble 20. Treble 20. Treble 20.
69.
Treble 20.
69.
That's a 1. That's a 1.
70.
20.
69.
That's the tease made.
Bullseye.
20. That's the tease made. That's the cuddly toy.
Oh, 69.
70. 20. 20. Treble 20. Treble 20. That's the speedboat. That's the Star Pride.
Okay, so 70.
That's the crystal glass and decanters.
And then you have to look at what you could have won.
20. That's the CD player. Well done. Stop. A CD player and cassettes. 20. Take your time. Take your time.
60.
Take your time now. So you've got plenty of time. Just take it easy. Non-dart players first then. Take your time. 20.
60.
That's the crystal glass and decanter. That's black. But that's not. That's the bookcase. No, that's the deck chairs. That's the stripy deck chairs. He's done well there, the stripy deck chair set. 20. That's the goblin teas made and tea set. Well done. Right, we're going to have to go for 70 now.
Okay.
Oh, we've done 70. 75. Hold on, folks. We'll be right back at a 75 check. 20. 20. So it's stuck on 20 mile an hour. 20. Treble 20. 1. That's 1. 5. Treble 20. Right, it's approaching 70. 67. That's to catch up. That's a bit slow to read.
Yeah, that's 67. You did 70.
No, 68.
68.
71 now.
Okay,
70.
69. He's back to 69.
70.
68.
Let's try 80.
It doesn't get much more nice and remote than this. Look at Ruby sat on the edge of this hillside looking down into that valley, of which we don't know what it is, but there's a dome right over there. And then over here, if we use the zoom, we've got a bird of prey. I'm almost sure of it. It's got to be something waiting to hunt and strike. Can we profile it? Can we zoom in? Will we be able to see what it is? A bird of prey. Trying to keep it steady for you. A lot of wind noise. Steady. Keep it central. Just a crow. Let's go. It's just a crow. It's too orangey for crows. My car's too orangey for crows. It was just a crow. Let's go. Well, the speedo calibration tests were great up to 5.0. Then we start to drift a little bit and we sort of get it back after 80, so there's a kind of sort of spot where there is an error of 2 miles an hour. Although not drastic to what I'm thinking. I could set the gauge back 1 mile an hour, so 39's 40 and 71 is 70. I think we'll probably go for that. That's probably the best we're going to do. So after we've done the calibration, we've decided to go off, strictly off-road. Now we're on-road. We're in Wales at the moment, and I've got to overtake on a blind bend, which I refuse to do. Hold on. Yeah, this looks an interesting climb, folks. We're en route to Ruffin. Is it Ruffin or Ruffin or Ruffin? Ruffin. Just been through Llangollen. Sorry for Welsh viewers.
Oh,
wild sheep there. No Cortinas down there. There's a teepee tent there.
I'm Cortina in it.
This is, what did they call this? The Roofing Pass, was it?
The Horseshoe Pass.
The Horseshoe Pass we're on. Around we go. On board then for this little bit of a slate quarry there. A little bit of bonus footage as Ruby's steering wheel catches the evening sunshine, making it almost a ruby red. I suppose that's why it's called ruby. Less of a purple and more of the reds coming out. Look at that, folks. Feast your eyes on the colours. The sun's just catching the right hand side of the wheel as we work our way up this Horseshoe Pass, and you'll see the darker reds contained within. Funny how it changes colour. It's always one of those colours that seems to change under different intensities of light. A little, whoa, more sheep. Is that an, oh, it's one of the ones he's selling Southport. Morgan, you got it before me. I don't know because it is a Morgan. I think it's a 2+2 Morgan. One for up there. Scenic place to stop, but we're not stopping. Crow landing on the left-hand side. Could be just your common crow. Has he got two up? Big beasts. Big beasts. Nice. Round we go then. Bit of kick down going to be needed now. There it goes. It'll be on there. More crows. And reaching the summit. I presume this is the summit sign, what we're going to get. Yep, 1367, we're at the top. So here's the Board of Fair, a rather shabby looking rest stop. We don't want to stop there, as the owner of it's watching my channel, it's a big fan. The Ponderosa, well, it's not an inspiring name. Bike gathering there. Oh no, it could be fun. Whoa, big on bikes. It could be alright, it's got a gift shop and that.
Buy yourself a stuffed sheep.
Never heard of this place in my life. Caterham, is it? Caterham, kit car? Not sure. 1 foot hub, not again. Reach the summit and then a downhill into the roofing situation, I presume. All the fun of the fair on board for this bonus Friday Night Live chat. All the fun of the fair. Brilliant stuff. And an Indian summer.
Dawn's dying in the passenger seat about how she is.
Yeah, you can put the window down, love. Don't worry about that. Jeez. Yeah, that's fine. Put the window down. Cattle grid. Whoa, skipping. We're skipping. Skipped a little bit. And not to the loo. We did not skip to the loo. Yourselves as we do these roads. Well, this is the Welsh town of Llansannan. Not really a great deal to report, except this is our last waypoint before Conway. Presume the converted church is the epicentre of the village. Here's your local amenities now coming up. We've got the Red Lion. Yep, there's the town centre. Red Lion is still open. No, gone.
Got sandbags, though.
Yeah, this must have flooded. There's graveyard there.
Perhaps it's down, it floods a little bit. Sat nav identifies this as the centre. It's going to knock it out. We're ready for our next waypoint now. Looks like some exciting roads ahead, folks, for you lot on the live chat now. This is live chat stuff. Brace yourselves and line up another vodka martini, JD and Coke. Maybe you're on the Peroni like me. Perhaps a red stripe lager, student days. A Nuki brown ale, perhaps. A Canada Strong stuff, special brew. Cheap and strong. Or perhaps you're a more sophisticated drinker. Perhaps you're on the gin and tonics. Or why not try a fresh and Kiora available in the kiosk now? Why not try a Welshler's sizzling hot dog? Or some tasty popcorn? All available in the foyer now. Will patrons please kindly refrain from smoking in the left-hand side of the auditorium. Patrons please note the right-hand side is reserved for those who wish to smoke. It's too orangey for grows. It's too orangey for grows. Can't see a thing, folks. We're going to have to slow down. 80% of vehicle accidents are caused by poor visibility. That is another Cortina city statistic. Through we go, checking out the local shops, towns, villages and amenities on this road trip. We only came out to test a speedo and ended up 80 miles into enemy territory. Ahead of you is the coast. The sun sets in the west. We head for the coast. We caught the last train to the coast. Down. Told you there's a valley coming up. Whoa. Great place to live, folks. Uncharted territory. Whoa. And down and fun it is. Told you there's a roller coaster ride. Join us. Stay on. Apply a little bit of brake there for this junction. We don't know what's going to pop out of that junction. You've got to be careful. Have your wits about you. We're not condoning dangerous driving at all. An example of oncoming traffic there. Stone ship. Another gradient. We are out in Bandit country now. Anything goes. We're in a very local town for very local people indeed. And now we leave Cran. Old tree in a garden there. We're leaving. We're going to leave that town. Not going to say it again.
It won't say once more.
Clan.
you're going to see our final destination for this evening, which is Conway. And the sea is in the distance. We are done driving across. We're going to go backwards. Going to go back on the A5 at 5. Okay, I hope that's been alright for you. Through we go. There's some tunnels on the way back. In fact, I'll film.
Abigail is miles from Conway.
Ooh. Oh dear. Error.
Squirrel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Abigail. Balti and a Boona, please. 2 Singer beers. And a kick up the arse.
And your wig.
The only town that needs to have yellow disposable bins for body parts. That may be a National Trust house, Kingswood House it's called, I think. I can see it quite at the side there. We're going right here. I'm surprised it's brought us out through Abigail and not Conway. I wonder if the whatever pub it is at the end still, yeah, because the hanging basket shop, so that's survived. Here we go. What's it? Kingswood House? It is Kingswood House. I don't know what it signifies. Wow, Conway Castle looks really great with in the bay there. What a silhouette, folks, to wind down this film. Check this out. This is Conway Town Centre.
Yeah, it is.
Johnny Doe's at the bridge. Castle grounds. Nice little place, isn't it, Conway? Poshly dressed people there. Wow, that's a lovely little street. Yeah, even got a railway station. That looks nice. Red foam boxes ×2. Open air seating. Al fresco at Alfredo's. Nice little town centre.
It is nice, isn't it? Not been here for a long time.
Queue for the chippy, do you reckon?
I reckon so, yeah.
It is. Archway fish and chips, and you can see why. Let's go this way. Castle grounds. Is this one way? Yes, it is. Great little tour of Conway. Folks, to wind you down with your lagers, wine, spirits and alcopops. Round we go through another archway. Ooh, another run into the town. Gnome Central. Let's go gnome hunting.
We're going on a gnome hunt. Look at the one weightlifting at the bottom.
Oh yeah, that's great. Look like a bit of gnomes. Wow, this is a posh road, folks, to finish the film. I said that a few minutes ago, we're going to finish the film. Is that Meatloaf's logo? What's that say? It looks like it looked like a meatloaf.
Bingo, it's a bingo.
Wow, it looked like Meatloaf's logo, doesn't it? Look, see that? You see that?
Yeah, it does.
Anyone behind us? No. Hey, look, there's Drew Pritchard's shop.
Oh, yeah.
It says Drew Pritchard, the antique dealer.
next to the Castle Hotel.
Let's go see what he's got for sale.
Look, he's got them lights in the window that he bought the other
Oh yeah, seen him on the telly, didn't you?
Yeah.
Quick stop off to get some antiques and a couple of cans of Stella. It's Drew's shop from telly. We thought we'd pop in and say hello. He loves Mk3 Cortinas, so let's see what. And now for some important nighttime driving shots, just to check that everything's tickety-boo with the headlamp arrangement, and indeed it is. We've slightly altered the height on the main beam, but you can see that beautiful, clear, crisp white light from the night breaker bulbs. These are Ruby's bulbs, but Bramble's bulbs are also very similar. So some nighttime shooting on this. I keep telling you we're going to wind you down on this live chat, and we keep thinking of other things to put in, so we've put other things in. We're also going to do a nighttime driving tunnel shot, so brace yourselves for one of the Liverpool tunnels that most likely be the what do you think it's going to be? Green for go. Let's go. Power surge between the gears there, of course, attracting the attention of the local gendarme. It's going to be not Birkenhead tunnel, it's going to be the Wallasey, I would have thought. Coming off the 53, yeah, I think. Anyway, tunnel coming up, Liverpool. Nighttime. Nighttime is the right time for your Cortina driving. Auto fast tag attended. You got a switch?
I've got cash.
Cash? Oh no, there's no cash anymore. It's all contactless.
On the card then.
Well, the thingy doesn't take coins. The M6 toll road doesn't take coins. Have a nice. Oh, 50p. There's nothing wrong with it. Get in. There's nothing wrong with 50. Hey. Yeah, I'll trade you. What's going on? That's. Let's try it again. God, I used to bomb it through here. What's going on? Gee, can it go any slower? It won't. It's not that. You're not going to get them to speed up. Look at the state of that. It's just ridiculous. Going less than. Oh, it's 25 mile an hour. It's 50 through here. I don't mind, like, you know, bad driving, but that's not fair, that. And I'm stuck on a white line. You know, wanting to get some good footage flying through here, and that idiot.
I don't think the thing is everything's the one in front.
No, I know. No, I know it's the one in front. It's not the one in front of me, the one in front of him. But he can't overtake, because you're not, you got to stick in your lane, so. We used to come through here like 80, 90.
What's the middle lane for?
It's for driving a car on.
Can they overtake?
You have to be in the lane when you enter the tunnel, and then that's it. You've chose your lane. I should have chose the outside lane. Mr. Betamax here has picked this lane. I feel like swapping it, but it's cambered to hell.
joke.
I would have never known that if I'd been driving.
It's not a 30 this, it's got to be a 50. Well, maybe they've dropped it to 30 and I'm wrong. Who knows? Oh, I was trying to entertain the patrons and the YouTubers. Doesn't even tell you on the sign at the speed. You know, that's bad design for starters. Doesn't matter, it shouldn't need the signal, it should be hardwired. It should have remembered that and thought, right, there's no point knocking the speed limit out. I know you've lost the signal, but it should still tell you the speed limit because it still remembers that it's Queensway. So I'm not letting them get away with that. Don't get me wrong, I'll drive 30 if I've got to, but I'm sure it's 50. I wanted to boot it to entertain the customers. You know, they paid a lot of money to watch this film. Oh no, they haven't paid any. Right, do 25. End of.
Do 20.
20, yeah. No, you're not paid, right. I'm doing 10 mile an hour. Actually, for the patrons.
10 mile an hour and then turn it off halfway.
This isn't the turning, is it?
It says no left turn.
It does if you're in the outside lane. What's going on going down there? At least we got rid of them. Let's open this bad boy up. I'm out of here. Good night. Whoa! Woo! Now you're talking, baby. Now you're talking to me, baby. Haha! Yeah! Let's fly. Let's get the tunnel police. I'm Pete C from Cortina. Oh no! I was Pete C from Cortina City, and that was tunnel police baiting. Didn't work. You're in Liverpool. Yeah, it's a town with loads of lights in it.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh look, there's a library there. Which way am I going?
I bet that other one did bring you out.
Yes, it would have done, yeah. But sat-nav didn't say to do that.
Well, it's not working, is it?
Skates on shakes. Oh, it's open.
Shakes.
It's open. Could have got a shake. Blooming McDonald's, you know, I don't go there very often. We ran out of time, and the only time I wanted a nice, cool banana milkshake. Nope.
And I wanted a strawberry one.
It is garbage, but now and again, I've been telling people that it's fine to just do a little bit now and again. Won't do you no harm, will
a little
it?
bit of what you fancy, love.
Does you good. We get the free 10 bus home. See ya. This is where they shot the gym owner. Here, that one, that's the gym owner. That's where he got shot.
Dead?
Yeah, gone.
Recently?
No, 90s. Now, this is the Cunard. It's bought it.
Look at it.
I don't believe it. That's not the Cunard. It's gone.
This is all my names written down. They're all gone. Did you used to have machines in them?
Yeah. This is Kirkdale, isn't it, now, coming up? Lemon Street. It's a lemon.
Lemon and Lime Street.
There's the old Bill pub up here somewhere. I think that's a listed building. I don't think that's plugged in, you know, because it's not green. What we got? Oh yeah, well there was one on the corner here that used to have like a big tower. What was that?
Lighthouse.
Lighthouse, yeah. I think that's gone.
I think you should lock your doors around here as well.
Stanley's Fish and Chips, look.
Yeah, this was the road that we got shot at and it cracked the window. Adam was in the back.
That looks like the Bronx in there. Well, there was that much perspex because of the COVID. Yeah, they've perspexed it all up, haven't they? I think this is through Kirkdale. Got through here quicker than I thought.
Is this not Bootle?
Yeah, it's gone to Bootle already. We got here quick. What happened to Kirkdale? It's disappeared off the map. Maybe they've knocked it down. I thought this was Stanley Street, Bootle.
Stanley Road.
Stanley Road, Bootle, it is. Oh, we missed Kirkdale, and there's usually a long run out.
Kirkdale, here by the train station.
Oh, yeah. I thought it disappeared. Cash for clothes. Look there, they're buying you a month. I've got a load of Converses they can have with oil on them. Now there was one on the corner here, but I've got to take a left soon. Now, wasn't it the Ship and Mitre? No, this was the Caradox right at the end of the dock road. This was the one. I had machines in as well. Oh, they've bollarded it. This is new. This is old. It's all new. Oh, it's all changed.
Oh, it's all different.
On the corner, this was a famous one with a tower. This is the one with a tower, right? Still got the tower.
Yeah, still got the tower.
This is the one I meant with the tower. I don't know if it was Fossil's Nest. Wasn't Cunard.
The
Royal. The Royal, that's it. The Royal's gone. The Royal's finished. Look at the state of it. How quickly do these buildings deteriorate? I mean,
trees growing out of them.
yeah, I think it's been closed a very long time, but if it wasn't closed a long time ago, COVID would certainly have finished this one off, ladies and gentlemen, on this road trip as we wind you down for the evening. Look at that, the Royal has gone. Gone, it's confirmed. The Royal is finished. It's over. Forget drinking there. It's not happening. Go home, folks. The Royal has closed. Go home. Oh, I wasn't going to go there anyway. What the hell's he going on about? I want to go to the Royal. I don't live anywhere near Liverpool. Now then, Twist and Shout down here. This was Fingy's Cafe, the Bank Hall. This is the docks are straight ahead.
Yeah, I was wrong about that train station. It wasn't Cortina, it was Bank Hall.
Bank Hall, yeah. Twist and Shout down on the right hand side. Now this was a rough pub. This was mega rough, ladies and gentlemen.
This one on the corner?
Yeah, I had a give us a break quiz machine in here. And they threw it.
They're all gone, aren't
yeah,
they?
hold on. I had a give us a break machine and they threw it through the window. Threw my machine through the window.
Why?
Because they're drunk. That was called Twist and Shout.
Yeah.
Pub.
Furniture Emporium.
No, I just used the pub as I remember loading the machines through that door there in the little sack truck. God, I soon went in. He did all that up. It was a nice job. And it is a nice building.
Right.
I went down quick. There should be a little metal train, the dock train opposite on the, yeah, that's still there. Yeah, that's still there, the dock train. There's your docks straight ahead. Just about to see the windmills there.
There's a ship in, look.
Oh yeah, there is.
Big liner.
We could have a look at that if we go straight ahead. Let's go and have a look at the ship.
That'd be good.
The ship pub's shut, but we can go and have a look at a real ship. See folks on this night time. We think of everything for you patrons and YouTubers, didn't we? Look at that's finished. Wow. You can go straight ahead, can't you? I hope so. Here's a big, oh, it's a container ship.
How is it? Oh, bloody huge.
Is it the Atlantic conveyor? Could be the conveyor. No, no, it's the
Sea Adventure.
no, it's it is. See it in a sec.
A big boat.
Wow, it's not that big. The Ardmore Sea Venture. It's reasonably big.
Is that a container ship?
I thought it was a container ship, it looked like it. It'd be fun to just stow aboard it, wouldn't it? Here comes some rapeseed oil going out. Wow. Hey, he likes his Cortinas. Woo! He's giving us the big thumbs up. Let's go and have a look what's down this dodgy road. The docks at night, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, no, that's got a funny story about that. That was some kind of CIA building, MI6 building.
Was it?
It was some kind of crazy place. Let's check out your history, folks. I think this is where they burnt money. I think, or stored money, and it was made this way so you couldn't climb up the roof.
Oh wow.
And break in. It was some kind of secure vault.
But it's not anymore.
No, there was a rave in there once. Someone broke in and had a big rave in there.
Is this where they make the hops? Oh no, oils.
It's rapeseed oil, this, and other kind of stuff.
Because somewhere along it you can smell the hops.
Yeah.
They stink.
They've actually added to this. It's actually
It's enormous, isn't it, around here? That's all they've got there. Pubs there in the corner. There used to be a pub on every corner, didn't there?
Yeah. Tate and Lyle Sugar was down here. It's gone now. They need the light. Those two towers, they're all to do with the overhead railway. Yeah, it's an overhead line railway. Someone's bound to correct me on it. I'm bound to have got it wrong. There's the ship again. Some crazy racer coming up, I think. They're going to overtake us, I think. Can't tell. Yeah, they're going to go for it.
Taxi.
Oh, just what? I couldn't see. Oh, couldn't see. Oh, that's scrap metal. That's a scrap metal pile. Yeah, yeah. That's the fragmented metal. Goes to China and other places.
And then
or
what
wherever.
do you do? Melt it down.
Melt it down. Yeah, that's the stuff for recycling. It's all. That's mainly chopped up cars. That pile.
Yeah, well, it probably would be.
From Norton's. Fragment that pub. You see a pub on every corner up here. There's a one here. What's this one?
The Regent.
Can't believe that's still going. It is though. This one's gone. I think this is a dead end.
Is it?
I think, yeah.
Diving it all the litter. There's so much litter everywhere. I think this is the end where the hops are.
Yeah.
There's a lorry coming up the engine.
I can see him. Shit!
That's what I found out.
So I had to drop the camera then. Oh my god. I switched it off. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present the Plaza Cinema then. Old school. Live Hotel, that'll never go, that one. That Live Hotel will never go as a pub.
How cheap the tickets are.
Let's check it out. Let's go and see who's playing. In fact, we'll get a picture outside the Plaza of the car side on. How about that? No problem. I know it's risky, but I can...
Shirley Valentine.
Wow, that's a good film. That's got, what's his name in it?
I watched it in lockdown.
It's a good film.
Pauline.
I'm just going to get a shot. Swampy, it was a hard pick between Swampy and Ruby, but because it's a long motorway drive, I've gone for the cruise control today, as often happens. Here we go. Just listen how quiet and smooth Ruby has become. Listen to this and feel the power. It just pulls up these hills effortlessly. Look, this is what you can achieve, and this is what a Cortina is capable of. So don't worry if you're not quite there yet, or you're even beyond this. Plenty of power on a 2 litre with a FR30 cam. Absolutely not needing anything else. Look, just look. What have I done? Just gentle acceleration up the hills and beautifully poised through the curves. Little bit of kick down now if you want, listen. Just one down. Bumps are a bit harsh, you heard that one. But that's the payoff with the suspension set the way it is. Beautiful. So just some windy roads before we hit the M6. There's a couple more coming up I'll film as we drop down into a sort of little mini valley, and we get a good nice S-bend in. If there's no traffic, we'll fly through this S-bend in a sec. Let's see if we can find it. Well, we can find it. Let's see if it's clear. Okay, here we go. Just there, but there's another one, folks.
The traffic delay on your route is now 4 minutes. New arrival time 1:50 p.m. You are still on the fastest route.
Thank you, Satnav. Thanks for the updates. Here comes the S. We're just about to do it. Through the year. Naughty. Whoa! But no problem. This is what I'm telling you about. Okay, so nice open roads. And that elusive speedo, we got it to 1 mile an hour, folks. 1 mile an hour. Well, exactly on actually. Not even 1 mile an hour. It's actually to the mile an hour. The speedo on Ruby is now calibrated. Just moved the needle back a touch because it was 1 mile an hour across the range. So just moved the resting point of the needle back, and that got us where we wanted to be. So we have got an accurate speedo, at least up to 80 anyway. We don't know beyond that, but we'll test that when we go to Germany. Ha ha ha. So open roads, looking good so far. Just coming up on Kiel, I think, or Knutsford. I think it might be Kiel. I think we've done Knutsford. Yeah, we've done Knutsford. This has got to be Sandbach. No, this will be Sandbach next stop. Sandbach next stop. All change there for cruise. Sandbach next stop. Here we go. Old G-Reg Fiat Ducato there. Look at that. Hey, oh, is that an ST? An ST. They're all little, those STs. Wow, that's a Ducato van. We've got an ST on the inside as well. Whoomp. It's ST territory. Welcome to ST again. That's 3 STs. I think we've got ourselves something going on in terms of a gathering, an ST gathering. Then the new boys on the block. Quick stop at Frankly Mr. Shankly services. Back onto the M5 now. We're made on the M5, okay. Frankly Mr. Shankly, we've just stopped at your services. Rejoin for M50 soon. Heading to Tinton Abbey. Possible classic on a trailer. Something looks classic ahead, guys, girls. What's this? Let's check it out. So far, looks classic, but I don't know what it is. Windows down. So what is this? What's this ahead? Can't tell yet. Is it a Granada? I think it's a bloody Granada. I don't believe it. I think it is. I think it's a Ford Granada. I can't tell, maybe not. I just can't tell. What is this?
Looks like we're behind a Ford Granada. Let's check it out. Woohoo! Yeah! Yeah! Now you're talking to me, baby. I told you we'd see fun stuff along the way. Fancy that? Wonder where that's going. No reg on it, so we can't really get an idea what they're going to be doing or whose it is. I'm sure someone in the Granada Club's going to let us know if they ever cross over into the Cortina Mk3 world. But there you go. We're off to Tinton Abbey. We're about 38 minutes away according to the sat-nav. Trying to keep you stable as always, PC. Cortina City, enjoying the last few days of sunshine. Still in September. This little Indian summer is about the best we're going to get. It's not bad either. M50 then. Okay, the Wire Valley. Definitely a lovely part of the world. Here we are. I think we'll go over a nice bridge soon. I think it's traffic controlled bridge. Very nice. Heading for the Abbey. I haven't seen any other Cortinas. I'm wondering if they've called it off or maybe they're ahead. They said Abbey by 2:30. We're going to be there by 2:15. Lovely river on the side there. Okay, less than a mile from this possible Cortina meet. I had no info to say it wasn't on, and they did say between 2 and 3 at Tinton. So there's a good chance there'll be some Mk3s here. I think Henry's going to be here. He's running it, so hopefully we've made it in time. If not, we'll carry on exploring. Let's look out for those Mk3s at the Abbey now. Where's the Abbey in the distance? I'm peeling my eyes now. I don't know. There it is. Can always turn in and have a look. We found them. We found the Cortinas. And now we're just parking up. A little bit of a posse. 1, 2, 3, 4. With me, we've got 5 Mk3s. Let's go and have a closer look. Here's everybody. Caught them all. Joe's there. What's the dog called, Joe? Millie. Millie. We always like Doggy's appearance on YouTube. You're on Cortina City, Millie. Joe's car. The FK there. That's a nice one too. All the ones came over the bridge. Everybody came over. Which was the bridge called, Henry?
It's the old 7 crossing.
And we're going back over the old 7 crossing. All these cars you see today. Gotta just avoid Gordon's derriere. I lifted the camera up and hopped it over.
It's gone a close up.
So we're going to go back over.
Sure you don't want a close up?
Well, this would fit this shape. It could rest there. You want to be a camera tripod? We're trying to avoid someone's derriere. A nice day for this trip out. We're all going to break off after the bridge. But it's been nice to catch up with these guys today. Thanks to Henry for organising a little trip. We've had an ice cream. Couldn't park at Tinton. There's Tinton. We couldn't park there. But
well, could you follow us all back over?
Look under the bonnet. I think the car's rocking, Joe. Yeah!
Yeah. He's tempting me to the dark side. Oh, yeah, join us to the dark side. Big engines. What is it?
It's a 4.6 Rover.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Now then, join us to the dark side. Heavy modifications, tons of power. Power. By Joe. Tons of power. Whoa! Whoa, 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 what's going on?
It's turned into
ST meet.
type of car show.
It's an ST meet. Oh! Hang on a minute, I better go and get this. No! No! Please! Do it again! Yeah, and this one. I don't think I'll be able to keep up with you guys. I've only got a Pinto. I'm feeling a bit inadequate with this 2 litre, Henry.
Yeah. I'm feeling inadequate with this at 1600.
No, it's Ford, family Ford. Keep it Ford, Henry. So a convoy with these guys now. Everyone's been real nice, lovely to see them all. I've got a nice car. It's looking very bullet in the back. Tintin in the background. Hello, Henry.
Yeah, we're just going to put the code across.
Okay.
The car park.
Right.
Do you want to put it?
Yeah.
Over here, Seth.
Okay. That is old school hot rod. Old school hot rod. We are convoying. Look at this Taunus. Real beauty. Now from our little trip, and we're going to carry on our road trip. We're going to head to Oxford next. Oxford next stop, the city of Oxford. M4. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Whoa! This has got to be worth a film. Look at this. That's a Granada and a Capri. Woo! We just keep on getting the surprises. A Capri on the back of a truck. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's all Ford day today, family Ford, on another PC road trip. Hang on, shut the heater vent off because that creates some noise on the lens. Gotta be really careful, eyes peeled for more classics. Here comes the Capri again. Folks, this is Oxford, and it's all very Oxfordy. There's a sort of river running through it, named that film in one.
Lots of Oxford backstreets. It's a bit risky filming around here, folks, but I'll get out and film this lovely little commercial break here. Don't know what it is. A tributary of some kind. Kind of sluice gate over there. Don't put your keys in, whatever you do. Couple of canal bridges there. No, a pair. All your 22s. And then the car is just situated over here, as you can see, right by the courtyard. Posh Marriott Hotel. Very nice indeed. We've got to find our way out of Oxford now. We're just sort of cruising around. Bits of it are one way, some bits are pedestrianised, but so it's a nice little town centre, to be fair. All looks very civilised. Oxford then. Next stop is going to be the M6, M40, M6 next stop. Birmingham next stop. Everybody aboard. Everybody aboard. Back, folks, on the way back. Warwick, your next stop. I'm not stopping at Warwick. This train does not stop at Warwick. We'll change, you'll change. There's a lot of police activity around at the moment. And they ain't looking for me. Lots of cops. Some plain cars just passed earlier on, and now some marked vehicles. So police activity, plenty of. Okay, that's this evening's section of the trip complete. We're going to return to base, but tomorrow we're going to continue this road trip, heading up to the lakes, see what we can find up there. So catch you tomorrow. Film's going to carry on, so don't go away. You stay right there. We'll be right back for part 2. How about a quiet moment together through the roadworks? Now sensibly up to 60. Almost bearable at that speed. I'm just at 55. Speedo, of course, is perfect. We've got that Speedo nice now. The time to contemplate this time of the evening. Just a leisurely drive back to our base, and then, as I say, continue in the morning to the lakes. We've been down to Monmouthshire, had some fun there, popped over to Oxford for a bit. Bit of a lamb lunch in Oxford, and I'm all good and ready to go. Nice lamb lunch, even home vegetarian. It's the mad hour. You with PC, your commentator, captain, pilot, and everything else in between, suffering from withdrawal symptoms from those projects, folks. Can we keep it together? Stay sane. Stay sober, stay safe. Just a nice breeze on my face from the vent. Stafford services on a Saturday night. Very quiet. Just stopped off for some refreshments. Very quiet. But we're going to keep on going. Let's select a gear and move out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Come on, Ruby. Take us home. I don't know if I ever told you I found out what that rattling is. Can you hear that rattling? It is, would you believe, the one-way valve on the brake servo. Little ball bearing in there or something is shaking enough for it to get into the car. Sounds like it was the dashboard, but it's not. Little valve on the brake servo. How I'm going to cure that, I don't know. Obviously try a different valve, but they were new. Interesting. Doesn't do it on Swampy, but does do it on Bramble. Only similarities, they both got the same cams. So I'm wondering if it's the way the cam makes that vacuum breathe. It's possible. Something to think about tonight. I'm definitely going now. Hasta la vista, baby.
Bridget, is this a coup?
Well, it looks as though it's an attempt at a coup.
Although you said earlier you had no idea of fulfilling a role more than Prime Minister, are you ever tempted to put your feet up and think about a quieter life?
Not yet.
No.
What you have just suggested to me in front of the nation is that we should dump the Prime Minister. Don't be ridiculous, Sue. That isn't even worthy of an answer.
I wasn't suggesting you should dump
Of course you were.
I was saying dramatic gesture.
Bird on the left. It's an eagle.
Yeah, I think it is.
Big bird, isn't it?
Yeah, bird right.
Didn't mean eagle, I meant what's it? Green, yeah, it's like a peregrine falcon, I think. Oh, yeah, I think that's a peregrine. Keep your eyes out for traffic. I'm just filming. It's okay, you're not in the way. Between the two posts. What is that?
UK COVID marshals. About a mad thing to do, stuck outside here. Look at that valley. Look at that valley. Can you see it? Wow. It's a Bramble road trip, folks. Back on the road again. Keep it in low gear for you this evening. Station. Still coming up. Fuck, 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 fuck. Oh, fuck, 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 fuck. Oh, fuck, 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 fuck. Don't peck the lens. Pecking the lens. Oh, fuck, 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 fuck. Oh, fuck, fuck. Go on. Off you go. Whoa. Oh my, check your side. I'll check yours, how's it looking? That's a scraper. Oh! That's a scraper, that one. Okay, I'm thrown right in the middle of these road trip clips that you've been watching, and that trip to see the Mk5 Ghia 2.3. We had all the gear and no idea. I've got to take you into a little job I've been doing on Bramble. 2,000 miles, we're going to inspect the damage. But what we've got is glove box had to come out, hence memorabilia and paraphernalia on the floor. Over here on the bench, come across with me in this little intermediate clip. We've had to build this. What the hell is this, you ask? You're at Cortina City, by the way. What channel is this? This is a breakout box for the cruise control. This is what I thought a dead cruise controller. What happened is cruise went off. You know I like it. So anyway, I thought it was the usual suspect of the ECU, electronic control unit, even written in German. Stuttgart. Oh, I can't pronounce German. Spanish and French, yeah. German, no. Okay. Well, anyway, you usually have to sort of re-flow solder these. There were no intermittent problem. Although this says Land Rover, the Hella one, it's actually used in very many different models, including Ford. we happen to have a Land Rover one, but the Ford one isn't a lot different than this, slightly bigger box. But anyway, reflow soldered it, refitted it, still didn't work. Cruise was dead. I could have tried the box in Ruby, but that requires the removal of the back seat, because on the Ruby it's situated in the back seat. Didn't want to do that. I thought, well, reflow solder refit didn't work. Then I read on one of the forums you can retrofit the later 5700 unit in if you just do a pin swap here, and these are much more reliable and they have a pretty much zero fault rate. These have a high fault rate due to the components, technology. I don't know, something on these goes. You could eventually get to the bottom of it, but it's easier. For 15 quid you can pick yourself up a 5700, then just pin out, swap. 1 goes to 11, 3 goes to 4, 4 to 2, so you just, with a scrap unit, which I had, I was able to remove the edge connector off the scrap unit and then make a loom adapter, so that basically all you're doing is swapping the routing of the pins. Other than that, all the inputs on this are the same, so effectively you've got yourself an upgrade with later technology. It's a bit better microcircuit in it, microchip in it. It's just different, more compact and basically more reliable unit. I've always wanted to fit one. I did initially try and get one of these working in the early days and couldn't get it going. I probably missed something in them days. Got more experience now. So the 5700 goes onto the adapter loom and you just plug that back into the box. Whilst I was on it and had the chances of seeing that I was making this adapter loom, I thought, well, you may as well make a breakout plug, which you don't have connected, it's only for diagnostics, so I can unplug this lead. That lead goes to the box here, and that just gives you your inputs. It tells you what the state of the cruise is. You've got a little LED there which shows us the speed output sensor, which is a square wave basically pulsing every time the prop shaft rotates. This will flash so many times per revolution. That's for the counts for the speed. So that accesses the gearbox speed sensor there, which is a signal input into this, by the way, for this measuring speed. You've got your controls on your stalk, set, coast, and power off on the stalk as well. So those three are on the stalk. The vent is actually vent brake. That's the actually vacuum vent and micro switch on the brake pedal, and then brake itself is actual the vehicle's in-house brake lights, your rear brake lights. So all those are there as the inputs. The pump is, once the system is active by pressing set, as long as you've got enough speed going on, the pump comes live and it starts the vacuum process for the cruise. They're simply just 12 volt bulbs across the inputs here. Doesn't affect the inputs having the 12 volt bulbs across. They're able to drive enough bulb and input. So by plugging that in, I sat in the car and everything was running by the vent light. So that instantly told me there was a fault. No vent light, in other words, no vent switch, brake pedal, secondary brake pedal switch, because it has two switches. One's your original factory brake lamps switch, which all your cars have. The second switch you add on. It's got a vent, a vacuum vent, a physical vacuum vent, so that it can dump the vacuum, and for safety when you press your brake, the vac is dead, so the bellows on the cruise drop out and there's no vacuum. But as well as a vacuum, physical vacuum switch on your brake pedal that you fit, it has a pair of contacts, which is a backup cut-off switch, as well as your brake. So if the brakes switch failed, at least you'd have a secondary backup, and vice versa. That wasn't lit, which told me that, and it should be on and off when you press the brake pedal, whereas brake should be off and on when you press the brake pedal. So by building this box, I instantly spotted that there was no vent switch, and indeed when I went into the brake pedal itself, I had a little rubber pad on the actuator of the brake pedal where the micro switch touches to get the space in, so that when you release the brake pedal, the pad is thick enough to push the switch in. The tolerances weren't quite there when I built it, so I had to have these rubber pads. Of course, they were self-adhesive and it fell off, so there was no vent switch pushing closed when you let the brake pedal up, because that pad that's needed for the spacing, just to get that last few mil, wasn't there, so this wasn't lit. As soon as I fitted the pad, the system came on and worked with this box, I can now fit the original box if I want, and it'll probably work now. However, seeing that we've gone to the trouble of building this, we may as well run Bramble on the 5700 cruise unit. So a handy little bit of work done there in a couple of hours, because the way that I saw it is there's no point having the cruise on and fitted if it doesn't work. All that effort that you've gone to build the loom and all the work that was involved in building the cruise, seeing it's a central part of the upgrade features, it's a shame not to have it fixed. And what day do you decide that you're going to actually repair it? It's faulty, or is it going to be one of them jobs, I'll do that one day, oh, it's not working now. You've got to get on and not let these things stack up. You know, we had a window problem, we got the window replaced, a nice Formoco glass went in. I'll show you that, just coming in there. That's an original screen with no marks, because again with the triplex and the laminate, that's another thing we've done. The laminate screen went in and it had a graduated tint at the top from Pilkington's, quite expensive. I was gutted to have broke it. I broke it when I was pushing this side trim down. Now, funnily enough, the Ford's original screen fits a lot better than the laminate screen did, and these are a lot harder to break. I only pushed down with a clamp here, and that cracked the corner of my laminate screen. And I've also read on the forums people have done the same by pushing it in. They've cracked their laminate screens. So if you are buying a laminate screen from Pilkington or any other supplier that does laminates because you want a graduated tint or a nice concourse screen, although actually it wouldn't be concourse if it's not original glass, but you know what I mean, a nice clean screen, watch out, because they don't take much to break. The toughened glass ones, a lot better. You can drop them, bang nails in with them all day, and they'll come back and shoot dead on target every time. So, you know, you've got to go for that if you can. I had a little sun strip built into it with some professional UV filtering smoked strip there. That's a high quality one. It's not just a aftermarket, a Holford's jobby. It is actually from a professional tinting company, and it's got UV reduction qualities in that strip. It's smoked this time as opposed to coloured. It fits in nice with the silver paint. I think personally I would prefer a slightly darker tint to it, but that's the tint I chose. I think it was a 70% tint. So that got us out with the screen. I've had a fuse blow on the auto wash wipe system, simply uprated it by 1 more amp. I think it was a 3, I'll switch it to a 5. That was one fault. I had a headlamp relay loose connector, easy fix. Other than that, it's been good. We've done a speedo calibration on him. Let's have a look how the engine bay's fared up in cleanliness terms now after the 2,000 miles. I'll open up. Still got a pretty tight door seal this side. Other side's now bedded in. This side's still a bit tight. Curiously, with the windows down, it's a hell of a lot easier to shut, but it will go, but you still got to be wary. See that bounce? That's with me just not pushing on it. You push on it and you go. So, but it is getting better, and it's starting to compress in some of the tight areas on the seal. It seems to be most down in that corner there, but it is starting to squash in. Had the same problem on the other cars, although I would say that this car has been a bit more resistant, probably because it's a larger aperture. However, I anticipate that eventually bedding in better, so the doors will close a lot easier, but passenger side's probably up to spec now, and this is almost there. So little by little the rubber's bed in. Okay, in we go, and we're going to flip the bonnet. I'll keep you rolling, so updates all the time. Did I say hood? No, not hood, bonnet. Okay, so we've kept clean. It has had a wipe down, but only a very quick wipe down, and I had to re-tighten up the rocker cover bolts. What else? The belt tensions and everything is good. All the fluids are okay. Slight leak on the bottom hose. That's because the bottom hose is a Mk5 one, slightly different size. No, it's not a Mk5 one. It's just a slightly different diameter here, and I've got a liner on it, and that liner's not best. I've got another hose on order. Basically, the hose I've got at the bottom is bigger on the rad side. It's alright on the engine block side, but on the rad side it's a larger hose. So what I did, I cut a section of smaller hose and lined it. Of course it's not the best, so as soon as that hose arrives I can fit that at the bottom. It is a very slight leak. There it is. I have tightened it up and it's still slightly weeping, so we've got a bottom hose to change. I always knew it would be a problem. We're ready for a filter change now. We've got the elusive EFL 90 filter that everybody moaned that I didn't fit. But I didn't fit it because I'm going to be chucking away this one so early at 2,000 miles now, as opposed to 5,000 intervals. So that's that. Other than that, there is nothing under the bay to report. It's all good, it's all stayed clean. What else have we got? I don't think anything else has happened. I've got to change the springs. These springs are too weak, especially at the back. You can see it's quite low. So those springs got to come off. There is some heavy tools in the back, by the way, which is bringing that down, but they're not, the poundage on them is not right. The back poundage, they're too soft. You hit a bump and you're on the, I can feel it hitting the bump stops on the back axle. So that's no good. They've got to be higher poundage springs at least on the back, but I think also I'll do all four. If I press down in this corner, that's just too easy to compress for me. Whilst the spacks help stabilise it, they need assistance from the springs, so we'll get them a set from Rally Design probably, or Burton, depending. It is a hit and miss job. You can ask for 1 inch lower and you end up being 2 inch lower. You can ask for standard and you can be an inch too high. It's a bit of a minefield which I'm going to unravel and find out the real reasons why springs seem to be a bit of a hit and miss affair, because it's quite a job to do the fronts at least. Backs aren't too bad. That's all in all, that is where we're at. It's done well, it's performed well in those first 2,000 miles. So that's where we're at. So the breakout box then, we'll go and get this back behind the glove box and fitted. That's the cruise problem solved. And we'll just keep ironing out any little imperfections we can find as we go along. And in the meantime, I'll take you back onto something else in Cortina City. We've got to bring in Swampy next for a fuel hose leak. Once Bramble's signed off, we'll do one more trip. I won't change the springs just yet, simply because, well, I haven't got them, and it's not an actual fault, if you will. It's an upgrade or a change. I'm just going to get rid of any faults, and anything that I've built has to work. So if it's something I've created myself, then it must work, otherwise there was no point making it in the first place. That's the philosophy that I have. No point putting the job off. So of course that's why I did that cruise investigation there. No point having it if it doesn't work. Okay, I shall leave you till the next clip. No idea what's coming next, Cortina City. No idea at all, but a typical day and a typical little snapshot of what we get up to between the vids. We'll catch you in a sec. Before I go, I just want to share a little tip with you. No harm in that. A simple, inexpensive tool. Something really simple. A mirror. Telescopic mirror. Basically £2 from a car shop, from a car auto jumble, but you can get them online anywhere you want. Even B&M Bargains, I think, did have these at one point. Telescopic mirror, and we can use it because it's quite tricky under here. We're talking about the rubber pad now on the brake pedal. You're going to see it. I'm going to point the torch in the right place. I'm using it so that I can see that the rubber impact pad for the cruise switch is actually in position, and I'm going to zip tie it on because it's a self-adhesive pad, but it hasn't stuck very well, and that's why the cruise failed this little spacer pad that we needed. It's a shame I didn't actually get the
the metal bar that activates the switch the correct tolerance in the first place. It is screw adjustable, but it's on its final extension part of the thread. So I'm using this mirror here. I might be able to keep you on, it's possible, and you might be able to see the offending article. Let's see if we can go in. Where's that brake pedal? There it is. I think you can just about see this now. Going in there. Difficult for you to see, but in that mirror there I can see the pad and the switch for the cruise quite clearly. That mirror helps a hell of a lot, stops you straining yourself underneath the car, and you can use that for many different things when you're doing repairs. It's just one of them handy tools to have in your set. So cheap and simple, but you can basically, there's a time and a place for this where it comes in really handy. This is one of them. There's others in the engine bay and stuff that's handy too. You can use it around your engine bay, checking little hose clips are secured and things like that, so you normally wouldn't get access to without straining your neck, or even not get it access to at all, and this will get you in. I've used it to set a thermostat adjuster on the electric fan. It was quite handy to use for that, because again, without ramps I couldn't get under. So in certain situations, a little mirror like this, always have a good torch as well, gets you in. So we're gonna get under using the mirror now and just zip tie on the rubber pad. So it's also sticky as well, but the sticky's not very good. It must be coming off when the heat blows on down there. It does get hot down there because the heaters are good. So we'll zip tie it over the actuator bar. It's a little flat actuator bar that goes up and down on the brake pedal. Attached to that's the rubber spacing pad, and then just ahead of that is the switch for the cruise. So it wasn't quite pushing it up enough, hence the spacer pad. Okay, here's a breakout box, and we've now repaired that, and you can see how pressing the brake pedal toggles those two across. Very sensitive on the vent one, which is what you want. A very slight touch, but you don't want it so it wobbles, but a very slight touch kills the cruise. The brake also kills it. So that's it, that's done its job there. There's your controls off your stalk, and then if you put it out of drive, so also another safety feature, it won't work out of drive the cruise, because we've got it going through the this relay. You can hear that relay going behind the dash. That's another safety feature, so no cruise unless you're in drive, and all the parameters are set. That little LED there's lit. If I roll the car, we can test that as well. That's connecting straight to the speed sensor, so you can roll the car and that'll go off and on. It's another way of checking it. And indeed, we've put on the module for signal inject, roll car to off. That is if I'm putting a signal simulator, speed simulator signal, square wave signal in, so with the other diagnostic lead underneath to test the cruise live without driving. You don't want the vehicle speed output to be on, because it will just come up as a constant flat line. So by rolling the car so that's off, when you put your signal injector in, it's going to be sat on top of an empty signal, as opposed to being high all the time. So that's why that's there. That's so you can roll your car into position for a stationary check, and that's it. Sounds complicated, but it's not. There's the module about to go into the box. All done. I'm going to go and road test this now. Back into drive. Let's go and road test. Handy little unit, just some bulbs and a white. Okay folks, Bramble's a daily driver at the moment, even in the rain. Checking the screen. Pleased to say, screen doesn't leak. Well, maybe one tiny drip in the top corner, so I'll just put a little bit of sealant in, but all the rest of it round there is good. I'm really pleased. It's hard to get the screens to seal on these things when you mess with them like this, especially when you've had the car in bits, but that's good. I'm really happy about it. And now it's a little bit colder outside, but it's not got mega cold yet, but
You can see the steam coming off those heated jets. Let's go and have a little look. A bit of Patreon fun for a Wednesday night. Come on. Let's see some heated jets then, everybody. Hold on a sec. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Steady on. Okay, let's see some heated jets. Now you should see the we'll do an auto cycle. Let's do an auto cycle. Auto cycle coming up. Oh, I don't think it's all frothy. Look how it froths up. Yeah. And then I can see steam coming off there. You can't, but believe me, it is doing that. It's going well. Let's try that side. Auto cycle. Yeah, you can see it. Look how it's misting up the screen. You can see the steam. Come on. Look at that. Yes. Heated jets, everybody. And I've tested them when I had a load of bugs on there, and it just blows the bugs off the windscreen. So points up to me. There was a few doubters on that. Only on YouTube. I was going to say especially on YouTube, but only on YouTube. There was some doubters on my washer jet. So I think I'm having the last laugh on that one. Touche, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I didn't want them washing water jets on there for, isn't it? No, 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 you don't understand. When you're hammering it through the lakes, through everywhere, that's the countryside, bugs, bugs, bugs. Not Bugs Bunny either, although there are bunnies in the countryside, but no. The jets clear the bugs, especially if you've got the right ratio of, what's it called? Washer fluid, you idiot. So yeah, so water wipers as well are on today in the rain, and the only little, I've got one little drip just there under that. It's bone dry everywhere else and it's hammered it down today. The other screen didn't seal as good, so this is the Ford screen, sealing a lot better, and it just went in better, just pulled in better. So I'm very suspicious about the Pilkington one. Maybe when you've rebuilt a car, the tolerances, we had no tolerances left perhaps, folks, and I'd used all my points up by building the car, and maybe this aperture was on its very, very fine tolerance, and perhaps the Pilkington one just tips that over the edge. Maybe that's why, I don't know, but a lot happier with this. Okay, it's got the smoked tint there, you can only just see it because it's only subtle, you can see it there, look, as opposed to the graduated green. So we've got smoky glass effect, which is a UV, proper quality UV one. It's not cheap, this is it's proper optical stuff. Blocks out, I say optical, it blocks out UV rays. It's not a cheapo one, and it's properly applied, so you get a parallel finish. So it's probably put on before the screen went in, so it's all nicely tucked under the rubber. So that was that. The fan's cycling nicely. We're currently on, take you to the semaphore again, I know we keep doing this, but it does cycle nicely here. Tick over's just exactly right, just under 900, ticking over like a dream. Fuel consumption, we're getting about 28 to the gallon. Amp gauge is flickering around because the heated jets are drawing. If I rev a little bit, it'll stabilise. You can get it so it swings wildly. Look, as it draws, power's drawn. I like that. It's just on the cusp there. If you high beam it, you probably get. Whoa! Oh yeah, look. High beam, you can get it to dance, baby. Then it'll kick back in because we're on the RPM of 800. The alternator doesn't quite make where it needs to go, and then it does charge, but it'll charge a bit more when you rev it. Now it's actually holding there nicely, so the alternator can charge at 800 RPM. Temperature sat just under there. Oil pressure nice. Let's have a look at the oil pressure. Very nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Temperature exactly where we want to be in standing traffic on an ambient day. So as the weather drops, this would in the summertime, I've seen that where when we first finished the car it was sat more in the middle, but the ambient temperature changes, the needle position will just sit a little bit lower because it's able to cool it a bit more. Fuel is on its last reserve. Each square segment is 10 litres.
plus your reserve of about 5 litres, giving you a total of about 45 to 48 litres around that area on the tank. So that all cuts in nicely. We'll be expecting to get a low fuel warning coming up because that's coming into the red. This will probably, yes, there you go, I was going to say, cycle through. Fog, if you wanted it, could go on, but we're not quite dark enough for the auto lights. I'm running on side lights there, see, but the auto lights will come on when it's a little bit darker. They'll just activate the main beam when you need it. That's the best way to do it. When you're in halfway position like I am, where it's not quite light, it's not quite dark, then you run with your side lights manually. If you flick them up, then you've got nothing, so you actually run with your side lights manually if you're driving on the cutover point between twilight and dark. And as it gets darker, the main beam will come on automatically, even though you've got that just on the side light position. If then you get out of the car, go and fill up with petrol, and you've turned your lights off because you're bing bonging on the door, when you get back in the car, it will switch the side lights on and the main beam, so it will override side lights. But you'll have this nice halfway point where you can pick if you want to be lit up or not. If it's a rainy day, a dark rainy day, but you don't want your main lights on, it works as normal, and you can cancel it too by fast turning it off and on the auto system. That works great. It actually is very intuitive and works good. Cruise is now running with that 5700 module, and it runs a little bit better actually. It's a bit more gentle and not as aggressive. It just suited a bit better. That 5700 module suits this engine a bit better. And also, as a curious thing, on coast it now extinguishes the cruise indicator lamp. On the old AMR ones, the 5700, not the 5700s, the 75, no, not 75s even, can't remember what they're called, but the metal can ones, on coast it will keep the LED on, so you actually can be cruise off but the LED remains lit. On this box, the 5700, toggling on coast actually extinguishes the light, which I think is slightly better, so your cruise is off even though it's active on the front control here, because that kills everything. That's the emergency off if you're not hitting your brakes. So there you go, everything's on there. Radio works nicely. The mid-range is particularly good on those speakers. And we've got as well, in addition, at the back, you've got a back-facing 3D speaker now. Okay, we can test the heated rear actually. Let's put that on. We're fogged up. You've got a 3D speaker. This is faced backwards. Looks unusual, but it actually works better by bouncing the mid-range and high frequencies off the glass at the back, and coupled with the tweeters in the roof, you're actually getting a surround sound feel in the car. It's a little idea I've tried out, and it works really nicely. With the sub filling in the rest of the low frequency sounds, you're actually completely wrapped in sound. It actually sounds quite good. It sounds a little bit quadraphonic actually. So that's really nice actually. I wish I could demo it without you picking it up, but YouTube will wreck it. So yeah, sounds good, really does. I think that's it. I think that's where we're at. Oh, there's your heated rear coming in straight away. You can see all lines work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines, and they're all running. If we actually pressurize the cabin by pulling on the fresh air, and it's going to be getting a bit noisy now, the airflow and pressure in the cabin, when I pressured the cabin up now, also demists it, because the air flows down the back of the glass and actually starts clearing it as well, which is what they're intended to do when you don't have the luxury of the heated rear wires. So it was an extra luxury to have that. It would clear it quicker, especially if you're stationary. Once you get moving, your ram air would also start to clear that, because it comes through the cabin, rolls down the back of the glass and into those extract vents at the bottom of the parcel shell. You can see that already starting to clear now. Pressurised the cabin, starting to clear at the top and catching up the heated rear vents wires. So we're starting to clear it there as the air falls down and is sucked out through the parcel shelf. That's how it works. Tons and tons of power on these, absolutely gallons of power. And you can actually, with the way I've set it, I've cheated, you can actually get a little bit of warm air through these if you want. Whacking it across, you get a little bit of a, because I've set the flap just under a little bit. It's not strictly speaking what you're supposed to do, but it does work. Naughty on me. There you go. So we're all good. This sort of winterish, pre-winterish test, this rain test,
okay. Auto wipers back on, they'll probably do a wipe in a sec. And that's it. We can park up in the workshop now, dry the car down, and that was a successful test. There's your heated rear arm. Oh good. Side windows have already cleared, even though I've not got the side vent open. We can clear the front. Obviously you won't get that clear in the front until you go there. And now you've got air coming up the front. Still get your side vents as well. And you can see the screen's almost gone just by that, and that's what I meant about making it all airtight. Everybody, look what that's done already. Cleared the back glass straight away, so none of this old school 70s, all the cars all fogged up because it's not been maintained. If you make this like new, then it'll look after you, and that's it. That's the way that it is. It's actually stopped raining, which is why the wipers weren't auto wiping. They were doing exactly their job, because those stationary drops that were on there weren't moving. So the rain sensor saw no new rain coming into the equation, so that's why they didn't wipe this. So they won't wipe if it's just 4 or 5 rain dots that don't move. It needs some slight movement or change in pattern, if you will, which isn't a big deal, because as you're driving it'll work. You can see some little small drops coming in now, but it's not going to pick them up. There's not enough to get it to work. These rain sensors work better than Bramble's. I don't know why, but they do. It's the same unit. The only difference is the module sensor pad is further down the sweep. There we go, we've got an auto wipe there now. So look, and it's not, it probably won't do another one now for another half second, 30 seconds, half minute I meant. Perfect they are, they're absolutely perfect. You need good blades, and you need the screen to be reasonably clean, especially around the sensor pad area, just to get effective effective operation of them, if you will, you know. But they're great, so that they're there. I can turn them off if I want. Don't forget that pulling down on the cruise stalk also heats the water up, so the water's not always hot. If you don't want a hot wash, you're in the middle. If you want variable into wipe top, then you're very control here. So right the way back is a long time, 20 seconds. All the way forward is almost 2 seconds. 1 second, 1.5, about 3 seconds now. 1, 2, 3. There you go. See, I know my stuff. All the way back 20 seconds. Perfect, absolutely fantastic. Very speed on here. Wow, what can I say? Perfect. So everything now coming into its own. The car's beginning to achieve a kind of sense of balance. Other than the springs, instrument wise, I've done a good job. I've really excelled myself. Turn off the heated rear. Don't often give myself mega praise, but I'm afraid this time I'm going to. Really pleased with the way that it's running, and I'm almost running out of things to do to the car, and that's a good position to be in. The dimming mirror works well. You can actually see it in action if you want. If I just turn this light on, it'll dim down. Watch this dim down now. Can you tell? I'm not sure if you can tell. It might be the nature of the camera, I don't know. It does work. Ah, I know why. Because of the ambient light at the back. I put my finger on the ambient sensor, it'll drop right down. It's almost black now. Looks a lot lighter for you. Let's go in there. Release the ambient sensor. Turn off the internals. You'll see it brighten up. It'll take a while. It will go. And that starts to brighten up. It goes back to normal almost now. So that's working fantastically. It's already helped me out with some Range Rovers. Them Range Rovers
Andy, side of Andy, them Range Rovers that have got them funny lights, never adjusted right. Andy, coming up and dazzling the hell out of you. Not that Andy does, but Andy's got a big 4x4 thingy, Range Rover, and I could hardly not include him. I'm only kidding, but wrongly adjusted lights on all sorts of cars, let's be diplomatic. And they're great, other than the side mirrors, which they can blitz you actually now. I've had it where I've actually put my hand over the side mirror to get stop getting blinded, but that gets you out of jail. That's great. Wouldn't do without the map reading lights at all. Really handy for, as you say, map reading. So all the toys, I don't think we put in too many, I don't think we overdid it, I think we got the balance just right with everything. And I wish that there's the fogs, by the way. I wish that let's put the fogs on. You'll get that fog indicator on, see, which is a great feature. It also still allows you to see the rest of the warning signs through it, so you can still tell that you've got low fuel and stuff like that. Okay, it does get a little bit naughty where the fog almost takes over, but you still get it. Of course, Bluetooth as well. I don't know how Bluetooth mixes with the fog. It doesn't really matter. This goes purple. Hey, goes purple. It's not often you'd have the fogs on. Sorry, I got low battery there. I just plugged in a charger lead. Yeah, it's not often you'd have the fogs on, but anyway, it all works nice. Heated jets we talked about, of course. I think we've covered everything really. MP3 stick fitted into the side here for the music, easy to swap. Back to base, camera's going. I'm going to have to break off this little section, but as you see, all the wipers shut down now nicely, and we're back into our lovely warm workshop. Who'd have thought a couple of years ago we were building a car from a pile of junk? Folks, I know you sometimes can't believe it, neither can I. I can't believe that we got here. I just can't believe it. The amount of achievement we've got, it is something incredible. Yes, there's some tiny little niggles now, but not much. I'm almost achieving perfection for myself, which is, for me personally, is a hard thing to get to, where I'm not niggled by anything. We're nearly there. Wow. So I'll leave this little clip for now. We've been doing a lot of little research today, haven't we? Okay, over and out. Sorry about those recent just quick cut-offs there. That was because the camera, the USB lead that I've got, cheap garage lead, it doesn't connect to the camera very well. I'm on a live lead now, straight into the wall. Look, this is what I'm talking about. So that's why it was just a bad connection. I had it on the cigarette socket through a lead, and the lead's no good. So anyway, I can film and finish better now. And you'll notice I've left my stalk on, so the park light on the left hand side is up. We better move that down. And it's quite a common occurrence in people, especially driven, focused and target orientated projects, when they end, if you've ever took one on yourself and you find that's your whole life seems to be dedicated to it, then it comes to an end. Difficult. And for me, if I'm not doing something, building something, filming something, creating something, I get down. I need to be. Now, you may ask what you're running from. You find peace in yourself. Yeah, that's true, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be creative at the same time. It's all about balance. As Depeche Mode said, you got to get the balance right. Catch you in a bit.